There is a reason why your dreams keep dying.
A reason why every time you announce your plans, they crumble.
A reason why the goals you shout about never come to life.
You think you need support. You think you need encouragement.
You think telling people about your dreams will make you accountable.
You are wrong.
Every time you speak your dream out loud, you kill a piece of it.
Every time you announce your plans, you drain the energy you need to make them real. Every time you seek validation before the work is done, you rob yourself of the power to complete it.
The greatest achievements in history were built in silence.
The strongest people you admire never announce their moves.
They worked in the shadows while others talked in the light. And when they emerged, the world had no choice but to witness what they had become. Today, you will understand why silence is your greatest weapon.
Why your dreams need protection.
And why the less you say, the more you become.
You have been hurt before. You have had dreams.
Big dreams. Dreams that made your heart race when you thought about them. Dreams that kept you awake at night, imagining what life could be. And you were excited. So excited that you could not keep it inside.
You told your family?
You told your friends?
You told your coworkers?
You posted about it. You shared your vision, your goals, your plans. You wanted them to believe in you. You wanted them to cheer for you. You wanted them to say, yes, you can do this. And what happened? Some smiled and said nice things, but their eyes were empty. Some questioned you.
Are you sure about this?
That sounds risky. What if it does not work? Some laughed. Not to your face, but you felt it. You felt their doubt. You felt their disbelief. And something inside you changed. The fire you had? It dimmed. The certainty you felt? It wavered. The energy you needed to begin?
It drained away.
And you do not understand why.
You told yourself it was their fault.
They were not supportive. They did not believe in you. They brought negativity into your life. But here is the truth you have been avoiding. It was not them. It was you.
You gave them power over your dream by speaking it too soon.
You handed them the keys to your future and asked them to validate it. You leaked the energy you needed for execution on the empty act of announcement.
And now you sit here, months later, years later, with the same dream.
Untouched, unstarted, dead.
Not because you are incapable,
but because you talked when you should have been working.
You announced when you should have been building. You sought approval when you should have been executing in silence.
This is the pain you carry, the weight of potential that was spoken away before it could become real.
Let me tell you something that will change your life. When you speak about your goals before you achieve them, your brain rewards you as if you already achieved them. This is not philosophy. This is neuroscience. When you tell someone, I am going to lose 30 pounds, your brain releases dopamine. You feel good. You feel accomplished. You feel like you have already done something.
But you have not done anything.
You have only talked. And your brain cannot tell the difference between the satisfaction of announcing and the satisfaction of achieving. So it gives you a reward. A small hit of pleasure, and that pleasure removes the urgency to actually do the work. You have tricked yourself into feeling accomplished without accomplishing anything.
This is why talkers rarely become doers. This is why people who constantly post about their goals rarely achieve them. This is why the loudest voices often produce the smallest results. They are spending their energy on performance instead of progress, on image instead of action, on validation instead of execution. You want to know who succeeds? The silent ones. The ones who disappear for months. The ones who stop posting, stop talking, stop explaining. The ones who quietly put their head down and work while everyone else is still discussing plans. They do not need your approval. They do not need your encouragement.
They do not need your belief.
They believe in themselves enough to work in silence and let their results make the noise. Here is the hard truth. No one cares about your dreams as much as you do. No one will fight for your goals the way you must fight for them. No one will sacrifice for your vision the way you must sacrifice.
So stop asking them to care.
Stop seeking their validation. Stop draining your energy explaining yourself to people who are not walking your path. Protect your dream like it is a fragile seed. Because it is. It needs darkness to grow roots before it can handle the light. It needs silence to gain strength before it can withstand scrutiny. It needs your complete focus and energy, not scattered across 100 conversations with people who will forget what you said by tomorrow. This is your wake-up call. Stop talking. Start working. There is a power inside you that you have not yet accessed. It lives in the silence. It grows in the shadows. It strengthens when no one is watching. This power is not loud. It does not announce itself. It does not seek recognition. It simply builds day after day in quiet determination. You have felt it before. Those moments when you worked on something alone, with no one watching, no one knowing. Remember how focused you were? Remember how clear your mind was? Remember how much you accomplished? That was not luck. That was you operating in your natural state of power. Undistracted, unvalidated, undiluted. But then you shared it. You told people what you were working on. And suddenly, the work became harder. Suddenly, you cared about what they thought. Suddenly, their opinions mattered more than your progress. This is what noise does. It pulls you out of your power and into performance. You stop working for yourself and start working for an audience that does not exist. Let me tell you about the strongest people who ever lived. They did not post daily updates. They did not seek encouragement from crowds. They did not announce every milestone. They moved in silence because they understood something fundamental. Real power does not need to be seen to be real. Real strength does not need validation to exist. Real progress does not require an audience to be legitimate. When you work in silence, you eliminate distraction. When you move without announcement, you eliminate doubt. When you build without broadcasting, you eliminate interference. You become an unstoppable force because nothing external is slowing you down. No one is planting seeds of doubt. No one is projecting their limitations onto you. No one is asking you to explain or justify. You are free. Free to make mistakes without judgment. Free to change direction without explanation. Free to fail and restart without an audience keeping score.
This freedom is your greatest asset.
Guard it. Protect it.
Use it to build something that speaks louder than words ever could. There is a story you need to hear.
Two men decided to build businesses. The first man told everyone. He posted about it.
He shared his vision on every platform. He talked about his goals at every gathering.
People praised him.
They said, "That is amazing."
They said, "I believe in you."
They said, "Keep going." He felt good.
He felt supported. But 6 months later, he had made no progress. The business never started. The vision never materialized.
He was still talking about what he was going to do.
The second man told no one.
He disappeared from social life. He stopped attending gatherings.
He stopped posting updates. People forgot about him. They wondered what happened to him. They assumed he was struggling.
But he was not struggling.
He was building.
Every day, in silence, he worked.
Every night, without announcement, he progressed. And 1 year later, he launched.
Not with an announcement,
but with a product. A real, tangible result of silent work. People were shocked. "When did you do this? Why did you not tell us?" He smiled.
because he understood what they did not.
Dreams die in the light of premature exposure. They thrive in the darkness of focused execution. Which man are you?
The one still talking?
Or the one quietly becoming? From this moment forward, you will become someone new. Someone who understands that silence is not weakness. It is strategy. Someone who knows that mystery creates power. Someone who moves without needing applause. Here is how you transform. First, you stop announcing. No more posts about what you are going to do. No more conversations about your plans. No more seeking validation for ideas that exist only in your mind. You close your mouth. You open your hands. And you work. Second, you create a daily discipline.
Not for show.
For yourself. Every single day, you do something that moves you toward your goal. 1 hour. One small action. One step forward. You do not post about it.
You do not tell anyone. You simply do it and move on.
This becomes your ritual. This becomes your identity.
Not the person who talks about discipline. The person who lives it in silence.
Third, you stop explaining yourself. When people ask what you are doing, you smile and give them nothing.
Just working on some things. Keep him busy.
Figuring it out. You do not owe them details. You do not owe them updates. You do not owe them access to your process. Your dream is yours alone until it becomes a result that speaks for itself. Fourth, you embrace the discomfort of being unseen.
This is hard.
Your ego will fight you. It wants recognition now. It wants praise now. It wants people to know you are working hard, being disciplined, making sacrifices. Ignore it. That desire for recognition is the enemy of achievement. Every time you feed it, you starve your progress. Fifth, you measure yourself by progress, not perception. You do not care what people think you are doing. You care what you are actually accomplishing. At the end of each week, you ask yourself one question. Did I move closer to my goal? If yes, you keep going. If no, you adjust.
Other people's opinions do not enter the equation.
This is the transformation.
From someone who seeks validation to someone who creates value.
From someone who announces to someone who delivers.
From someone who talks about change to someone who becomes change.
And here is what happens when you live this way. Months pass.
You are silent. You are working.
No one knows what you are building. And then, one day, you are ready. You have something real to show.
Something tangible. Something undeniable.
You do not announce it. You simply present it.
And the world stops.
Because they were not expecting this.
They thought you were doing nothing. They thought you had given up.
They thought you were still just talking.
But you were not talking.
You were becoming. And now they cannot deny what you have created.
This is the power of silence.
This is the strength of focused work.
This is the result of protecting your dream until it was strong enough to stand on its own.
You have a choice to make right now.
Will you continue to be the person who announces dreams and watches them die?
Or will you become the person who protects dreams and brings them to life?
The answer determines everything.
Your future.
Your legacy.
Your self-respect.
Choose silence.
Choose discipline.
Choose the hard, lonely path of building something real while the world is busy performing.
Let them talk.
Let them post.
Let them seek attention.
You will be in the shadows, growing stronger. You will be in the silence, building something they cannot imagine.
And when the time comes, when you are ready, when your work is complete, you will step into the light.
Not to announce what you are going to do,
but to show what you have already done.
That is power.
That is strength. That is the life you were meant to live.
Stop talking.
Start working.
Protect your dreams.
Honor your silence.
And become who you were always meant to be. The world does not need another talker.
It needs you to become a doer.
Now go.
In silence,